you mentioned a lot of the yung kanina you were saying yung pagiging competitive mo and all. And I'm pretty sure you have a lot of goals as far as your basketball life. No? I'm sure you want to win a PBA championship and all that. Yeah. I'm sure that's part of it, diba? But since you love competition so much, can Coach Mike and I throw you a challenge here and try and do a Steph Curry, and maybe would golf be like one of the challenges bucket list?
To be honest,
Q school.
That's my end goal. Just to participate sa Q school is my end goal. That's as a golfer, that's my dream. Mga Q school ako, whether to qualify or not.
Yeah. It can be done, di ba?
To be honest, like, hey, if I put my mind to it, I'm a very medyo stubborn ako pagdating sa ganyan. Once I put my mind to it, I could play like probably twice a week, even though the season starts, and just practice on my game. Have Coach Mike teach me lessons,
Pagtulungan ka namin nila Marvy and Danya.
Palit ng dalawa. No, but yeah, that's also.
So you've thought about that, huh? But yeah, we're putting you on record now. This is an on the green challenge. Do a Q school.
All right. It might take some time, but it's gonna It's gonna be there. It's gonna be there.
What do you think is gonna happen first? PBA championship or Q school?
Probably I need to get that championship for me to get money to have lessons from Coach Mike.
So you'll have time also
that's the goal. That's the goal.
Yeah, I think it can be done. Bumaba ka na pala ng 9 I think.
I mean, syempre, I've tried a number of tournaments already, and it's a different feel than rather just playing in a regular day of golf. But when tournament time comes, it's different. My first tournament was won kasi hindi ko kina-count yung hindi ko kina-count yung mga System 36 na tournaments eh.
Yeah.
Ano ako dyan eh.
So you're a purist. Gusto mo talagang gross.
Raffle lang hinahabol ko dun eh. Raffle lang habol ko sa System 36. Pero ang pinakaunang tournament ko talaga na napanalunan was in Bacolod, sa may Marapara, Saint Scholastica in Bacolod had a tournament, like a batch hosted a tournament. And it was a modified Stableford. Tama ba yun, Coach Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, yun yung parang point system, and it was the closest I could get from stroke play. Siyempre, you'd still have to guard your shots. Hindi lang yung nahabol mo yung birdie lang, di ba? Hindi katulad. So yeah, I was still thinking, and si Derek Ramsey was playing in that tournament. And 2-day tournament siya, so mas feel mo yung tournament vibe eh. So hindi lang siya yung 1-day tournament. So the first day, I think I shot like an 83, an 82, something like that. An 83, parang ganun. So makikita mo yung after that, before you play the second day, makikita mo yung score sa gilid na para alam mo sa gilid ng hole number 1, para alam mo kung ano hahabulin mo, or do you still have a chance. And then so parang ano ako dun, parang 4th ata ako after the first day. 4th ako first day, and then shot 77 on the second day.
Wow, ano pa?
Tapos shot 77 on the second day. And ito yung kumbaga, ito na yung peak ko. That was the peak of my playing talaga of golf. And that was my first tournament that I won. I was really happy about it. Kasi sabi ko, dumaya ako dito, I wanted to prove something. And it did. I was really happy. Low-key, I was really, really happy when I won that tournament. Especially, taga-Bacolod din ako. Nakakatawa yung feeling. Para ako nanalo ng championship sa PBA actually nung first tournament ko talaga na napanalunan ko.
Maiba naman. Sino mga heroes mo? Both sa basketball and sa golf.
Sige. Well, let's put aside MJ, Kobe, and Tiger Woods. Let's
Okay.
swipe them off. Siguro right now, basketball hero ko. Actually, hindi na hero kasi si Kobe tsaka si Jordan na yung hero ko talaga. Pero something that I look up to, someone who I really try to watch and emulate his game. It's Devin Booker and si CJ McCollum. I'm more of the type na, of course, there's the Steph Currys, the Kyrie Irvings, the LeBron James, Kevin Durant, James Harden. But I'm more of the cerebral type na, low-key, you think, they're just someone there, but, they're assassins on the court. Very effective, very efficient in terms of their moves, in terms of how they play. You have a guy who takes 15 shots, makes 11, 12. You know what I mean?
Efficient.
So, yeah. So, sila yung inaaral ko. I watch a lot of their highlights. I watch a lot of their interviews. Kasi doon mo makikita yung character ng isang tao pag kausap niya ng ibang tao. Especially sa press, especially sa media. And pagdating naman sa golf, I'm a very big Tony Finau fan. Just because, my swing is relatively similar, except the power and the speed. I'm more of the half swing type. The unorthodox player. But when it comes to hero, I'd probably say it's Freddie Couples.
Wow.
One of the, smoothest swings.
Ganda ng swing kasi, no?
Medyo unusual yun, ha? Kasi he was my hero when I was growing up.
Diba? Plays without the glove.
Yeah.
No socks, no? Tapos sneakers, diba?
Tapos parang wala lang, papalo lang, pasada lang, padadaanan lang yung bola. Diba? Parang, yun, siya. He was one of the first players who I really watched pagdating sa swings, try to tempo niya, yung stance niya, siya yung isa sa mga pinakaunang swings na talagang trinay ko gayahin or kahit paano isipin kung paano niya ba nagagawa to at such ease.
Oy, ba yun ano siya Yeah, during his time, rockstar yun rockstar of golf yun
Parang pogi, tapos
unorthodox, pero di ba, nanalo,
ganun nga, parang ganun din, parang cerebral din siya, he's not one of, of course his name is one of the popular names pagdating sa golf, just because on how people really see, his swing is really just one of the most, parang tubig nag-flow lang yung swing niya talaga so sobrang smooth.
Reflection ng
what area?
Ng personality niya yun
Swabe lang.
Laid back
siya.
Definitely. Which area of your game would you like to really work on?
Short game. It's such an inconsistent part of my game.
Like when you say short game, would you say like
probably
from 100 yards? Okay.
40 yards in. That aspect kasi it's weird because that when pag 40 yards pa baba na, that's when I feel like I'm more sure of my shot. Siyempre, malapit na Mas sigurado ka na di ba? Alam mo na malapit na lang. 40 yards na lang to, lapit na lang. No? And that's where I usually mess up. Akala mo kumpiyansa ka na kasi malapit na, but, I don't think about it anymore, but it bites me in the ass every single time.
You think is it a technique issue or is it more of a mental issue if you're like 50 yards in?
I'd say it's more of a mental issue. Probably something related to my basketball side. In college, at the start of my collegiate career, I was a good free throw shooter at the start of my collegiate career, and then just happened to suck towards the latter part of my UAAP career, which was not necessarily a technique problem. But when I injured my ankle during my junior year, so I tore my ankle, and then so I was rehab, and then I didn't finish my rehab because I had to play in the UAAP right away. So doctor said I had to rest and stay out of the court for 8 weeks, and a week from when I got injured, it was the UAAP already. It was the opening of the UAAP. And I was like, oh my God, I can't, doc, I can't. Sabi ko, I can't sit out 8 weeks. Tournament will be done by then.
Yeah.
So I played during the first game, which didn't help the team at all. And then I sat out the next 4 games. And then we started losing. Of course, again, sometimes being competitive and mentally tough has the bad side of it. I started playing again. Instead of resting 8 weeks, I was practicing on the third week. Like I was joining practice already. So my ankle didn't really heal the way it's supposed to heal. So every time I would go to my free throw routine, my ankle was really taped up. Really, I had 3 layers of tape and an ankle support, just for me to play, and medicine and meds. So it was really tight. My ankle was really tight. So I couldn't bend properly. So when I started missing free throws, it was downhill from there. I couldn't find my rhythm back. I couldn't find, I was scared to go to the free throw line for the rest of the season. It was crazy because I would probably score at least like 25 points easy on a game, but I'll miss like 5, 6 free throws and then just end up scoring like 17 points, 18 points, ganun lang. It was something.
Anong season to, Kiefer? Which season was this?
76.
Was
Ito
this
yung hindi kami Coach Bo's first year.
Ito ba yung the Aroga block?
No.
No,
That was the following year. Ito yung hindi kami pumasok ng Final Four.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was that was the backstory of the season. That's why we didn't make it. During the first round of the UAP, we were 3-4, and then the second round we were 7. We ended the season 7-7, I think, and then had a playoff against UST. And then it was that. So pagdating naman sa golf, it was more for me, I probably say a mental thing where I try to tell myself na kaya mo to, madali na lang to, it's gonna be easy. Malapit na lang kaya mo na yan diba? So instead of making the safe shot, I always try to be the aggressive one, which ends up not being the right shot.
May solusyon si dyan may solusyon si Happy Gilmore dyan. Ilagay mo na kagad sa green.
Parang wala na siya. I wish if it was that easy, have that Happy Gilmore swing. Pero it was that. Probably such an inconsistent part of my game. There are games that, I'd be on point and be calm and know the right type of shot to use. So kasi sometimes kahit yung magagaling, 'di ba, yung mga pro, parang kahit sila nga pro na yan, pag kaya na nilang maging aggressive, they have the luxury of being aggressive. But some try to be aggressive, mess their shot up instead of going for a 8-10 foot birdie. Now you're chipping in just to go back to the green, di ba? Parang mga ganung bagay.
But I'm sure having heard your background, I'm sure maayos mo yan. I mean, you'll find a way. I'm
trying to. But it's practice. It's practice. It's really.
What would be more nerve-wracking for you?
Definitely a free throw.
No, like free throw. No, in this scenario, 1 second left. You're on the line, down by one, two free throws. Game 7 of your first All Filipino conference.
Grabe
That's
na.
or
yeah.
naisip ko lang to ngayon or 3 to 4 foot putt. If you sink it, you make it to Q school. I mean, you get your PGT
Get your
card.
Yeah.
Oh, shucks.
Three
man,
to 4 foot putt. Hindi siya, not a side hill. It's relatively flat green.
Is it which is more nerve-wracking or ano yung pipiliin ko?
I guess both.
Probably
let's do the nerve-wracking first. That's on the line, Yun ang on stake. Yan ang at stake.
Nerve-wracking, it's probably, for me, it's the free throw. No one expects me to make it to the Q school anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Diba? Nerve-wracking is more. But if I'd pick, if I'd make both, if the question is you'd make 2 free throws in your first PBA finals, you'll make it, or you'll make a 3 to 4 foot putt for the PGT card. Pick the PGT card anytime.
Wow. Coach Mike, we have a certified golf addict right here already.
Just because after the All Filipino, I could do it again. I have a chance to do it again pagdating na Commissioner's Cup and then the Governor's Cup ulit. Just because of that. In golf, you don't have another chance if to make it that type of scenario.
But the way your face lights up when you talk about golf, would you say that in terms of, syempre lamang na yung basketball because you've been playing it for so many years and it has really, helped, develop you into, the fine athlete, the fine person that you are now, no? But how would you compare the two in terms of yung, kunwari, like ano yung, what's the first thing I want to do if this whole ECQ is lifted? And you can do both.
Sinabi ko nga, mag-golf talaga ako eh. So I'll play like 54 holes kung kaya.
Maganda na rin yan. Pa-condition for PBA.
But, siyempre, golf talaga, basketball has always been a part of my life. But, being able to play golf helped me grow a lot. I've met so many personalities, so many characters, so many great minds in golf, whether it's in the sport itself. I've played with kababayan ko si Juvic Pagunsan. I've played with him, talked to him about his approach pagdating sa laro. Of course, I had the luxury to walk around 9 holes with Coach Mike. Tapos played with different basketball players also pagdating sa golf. It allowed me to grow. Met a lot of business people who I was able to increase my network in terms of business. So it was great for me. It allowed me to grow as a person more than anything else. And there are just so many things that you can cross learn and apply pagdating sa basketball court and sa golf course.
You mentioned kasi kanina The Last Dance, di ba? And di ba, in the previous episodes, and maybe even without the documentary, di ba? Yung mga stories about Jordan playing golf first before going to a game. And now that you hear those stories from the GOAT, syempre, you can't really admit it out here on air, no? But is that something that you're parang since MJ is my idol?
Well, ano tawag dito, parang yung kay Michael Jordan kasi parang it's more of a lifestyle eh. It's his lifestyle na parang, the stories from the dream team. They were in Barcelona. He wakes up, he plays 18 holes or 27 holes, then goes back home, prepare, and then for practice, goes home, eats dinner, play cards all night long, and do the same thing again the following day. And then, sinasabi nga nila Magic Johnson, they never saw him sleep. So, it was a habit eh. So, it was routine for him. And ako rin, as an athlete, I'm a routine type of person who doesn't want to change his routines. But slowly but surely, probably try to incorporate slowly. Siguro, subukan mo muna driving range kung kakayanin. You know, hit a couple of buckets in the morning just to keep your mind free out of anything. Because that's what I do even before. When I eat at a certain time, I watch basketball highlights. I watch the film of the other team who were going to play that night. And then watch film of their best player. Tapos, on the way to the arena, I listen to different basketball podcasts. Naka-Bluetooth sa car ko, just listening, visualizing. And then pagdating sa laro, sa dugout, I listen to really 80s love songs.
Love songs,
Air Supply,
Love song,
Bee Gees, Air Supply, Bee Gees type of stuff. Ganon. Nakakalma ako eh. Medyo mas nakakalma ako. And then when I go out and then I shoot, I try to warm up. That's when I try to listen to Drake, Eminem, Jay-Z. So I sort of try to find my balance. You know, never too high, never too low. You know, just try to find in between. Kasi I've tried different things also. Before I'd try to listen to really hip hop or R&B the whole time before a game. Pagpasok ng laro, 2 foul kagad ako. Alam mo yun, sobrang gigil ko kasi sobrang hype na hype mo eh. So that's when I tried to find the balance. So that's why I start with slow acoustic, 80s love songs, 90s, whatever, OPM, acoustics. And then when I start to play, bago na mag-warm up, probably like 25 minutes before I head out, I listen to music.
So parang gradual yung energy.
Ayoko yung nasa taas lang siya talaga na ganyan, boom, 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 and then magka-crash siya at a certain point. So, that's how I used to do it. Now that, you know, hopefully, tingnan natin pag tingnan laro, di ba? Pag second game, baka subukan natin mag 1 or 2 buckets. The second game, kahit pa paano, 7 p.m. pa, 7:30 pa. Mahirap pag yung 4:30, alanganin na eh. So, gising ka na mga 8 or 9 a.m., go to Valley, range ng mga 1 or 2 buckets. You know, not necessarily, you know, like range to warm up for a round of golf, but, you know, just to keep your mind free and just go home, eat right before lunch, prepare, do the same thing again.
Pero Kiefer, we're holding you to that challenge. I think it can be done, kasi like di ba si Steph, di ba? Di ba si Steph, di ba? He played in this pro tournament and then like Coach Mike and I we're willing to help you out there. I mean,
nagpo-pro-am pa siya, di ba?
So, di ba?
Hey, I'm down. Coaches.
Yeah, tsaka the other day I interviewed a professional. He didn't turn pro until he was in his late 20s, so it can be done.
Yeah, I mean, respect to all the golfers, but you know, I'm trying to come for that ID. I'm trying to come for that card. Kahit makuha ko lang. Pag makuha
it's a personal triumph yun diba?
Pag makuha ko yung PGT card ko, I will not play a single tournament. I just want to have the card.
Tulungan ka namin ni Coach Mike dyan.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
Wag mo ako tatanungin doon sa swing side lang. For me, do the opposite. But at least the mental competition side of it.
It's a perfect mix. We have the three of us. It's a round of golf when we come back.
That would be good. Yeah, and I think I think Coach Mike and I have taken a lot of your time, and we're
It's
very
fine. I mean,
we
I
appreciate
haven't
it.
talked about golf in a while. It was fun talking to you guys and learning also. And
Yeah,
hopefully I
and
get to talk about it in the golf course. In the golf course once everything's
yeah,
lifted up.
in between shots, no?
Sakto yan,
Magkano?
sakto.
Yeah, so I mean, again, thank you so much,
Thank
Kiefer.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
For and we can do this sometime again. And like you said,
For
it would be
sure,
good
for
now
sure.
on the course, diba?
Yeah, just let me know. Probably we can have somebody also a pro golfer around,
Yeah.
talk about stuff and life in general. Thank you, Coach Lee and Coach Mike, for having me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so that was Kiefer Ravenna, and of course the partner Coach Mike, and this has been Coach Lee for On the Green. We'll see you next time.